Yep. Yeah, that's fine. Let me make sure the test is there. Sure. I'm going to just talk to, it's Matt up there that'll set you up with the test. Yep. Okay. So test 2, the items we need to know. I'm going to make sure I list all the topics out so we have time for everything. And if there's anything you need to go back and look at more, if we have time, we'll go back to look at it. For statistics, if I give you a set of numbers, you need to be able to find the mean, the median, the mode, the range, standard deviation, mid-range. Also, from that set of numbers, you need to be able to create frequency table. What I would do is on the frequency table, I will give you the first class. Like I might tell you that this first class is 21 to 25. What's my next class going to have to be? 26 to 30, then 31 to 35, and so on. So if I give you the first class, you have to be able to figure out what the next classes have to be. And then, of course, you have to go through the data and figure out what the frequencies are going to be. So you have to count how many is each range. You also need to be able to create a histogram. Remember, a histogram, basically a bar graph. Only the labels down here are the classes from our frequency table. And when we make the bars have no space between them. From a set of data, you'll need to be able to create a line graph. Remember, a line graph usually has years or time periods on the bottom. The numbers up the side, and you'll get a line that looks like this. But it shows the changes in that value over time as you progress from one time period to the next. You also need to be able to make a circle graph or pie chart. To do that, you're going to have to find the percent of the total and fill it in. You will need to know the empirical rule. The empirical rule is that bell curve where the center is your mean. You go out in steps of your standard deviation in each direction, and you have those standard percents. What is it? 34.13% here. 50. Yeah, I'll make you guys look them up. Percents, of course, are standard. You fill in the mean and the standard deviations. That's what you're going to be expected to know for statistics. Given trade discounts or chain trade discount. Remember, chain is when several trade discounts happen in a row. You'll need to be able to find the single discount equivalent. And the net decimal equivalent. Again, this is if you have a discount like 9, 12, 4. You'll find each of those off of that discount. Also with trade discounts, you need to use the list price, get trade discount to get the net price, or possibly go the other direction. Need to be able to understand an invoice. In order to find the end of the discount period. End of the credit period. You need to be able to calculate the amount due on a given date. So if paid on this date, how much do they have to pay? If paid on this date, how much do they have to pay, etc. They have to deal with freight. Have to deal with partial payments for the discount. And along with those, you will have to deal with freight. I'm just making a bunch of stars here because I don't want to write it all out. A problem like the ones we did at the beginning of class tonight, or at the end of class last week, where you have everything combined together, list price, trade discount. Freight, partial payment, with a discount, find the balance due. And then, of course, everything we learned tonight. Now, I'm going to give you a warning about the stuff we learned tonight. Be careful about percent markup on cost versus percent markup on selling price. Every semester, I have a large number of students who get 3 or 4 problems wrong because they're not paying attention to whether it's markup on cost or markup on selling price. $40. I shortened it. I had 50 last semester. I was a little nervous walking out in the parking lot afterwards. Sure. There is a considerable amount of extra credit on this one. The extra credit deals with, and this is all I'm going to tell you, extra credit deals with perishable, like what we did here at the end of tonight. Now, there are some perishables on the regular test too, but of course the extra credit, a little step above. Also, some probability. And some kind of painful stuff with frequency tables beyond what we would normally do with them. That's all I got to say about that. Any questions? Okay, well, you guys have a wonderful week. Enjoy your Tuesday and Wednesday off next week if you have classes those days. Everybody knows that next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, there's no classes, right? Okay. That doesn't affect us on Thursday, though, so we will have our unit test on Thursday. But you should have a full 2 days to study and be ready for your test. Have a great week.